Well, hello everyone. I thought I would do a quick update on this cloudy night. There's been a lot of cloudy nights recently, so I've only got out once with a telescope. Have been doing a fair bit of droning, but the weather's pretty bad at the minute, so I thought I would show you my latest Lego Technic set. This was a Christmas present, and one of the most expensive Lego Technic sets I've ever bought. Ever since I was young, every Christmas I always got a Lego Technic set. They're actually some of my most fondest Christmas presents ever. And as I got older now, I haven't bought any in years, and I started a new trend. I was looking back in the past and thought what a great way that was to spend the Christmas holidays, building something. I always like building things, and then I checked out the Lego Technic range and there's some amazing products out in the last 5 years, really fantastic. So the last 3 or 4 years I've been building various Technic sets. The Mack Anthem truck was the previous Christmas. It's a bit like the truck out of the Convoy movie. It's really cool. And I also had the large bucket wheel excavator. The bucket wheel excavator was huge. One of the biggest sets they've ever built. That was a good one. I ended up selling that one. And then I had the Mercedes-Benz Arcros truck with the pneumatic pumps on it. That was a fantastic Lego Technic set. I had sold it as well. So I've held on to the Mack Anthem truck, which actually has an ornament in the sunroom below the TV. And this Christmas as in Christmas 2020, I decided to splash out and go for the big prize. Lego Technic have two brilliant modern cars out, sports cars. 2 years ago they released a dark blue one. I forget the name of it, but this is the recent one released in July 2020. This is the Lamborghini Sian. There's a lot of parts on it. It's extremely well made. I spent about, I'd say, 9 days over Christmas building it at a relaxed pace before I completed it. I'm not one of these people who races out to build something really quick, to see who can build it the quickest. To me that takes away the fun of the whole experience. But some people on YouTube do that, these time-lapse builds, these speed builds, but I just enjoy the process at my own pace. So I spent some days and a lot of nights working on this, enjoying the Christmas holidays, and eventually completed it. And I have to say, by the way, you see my head cut out here on the screen, that's on purpose. It's not bad framing on my part, just an awkward angle here. I had to bring the car over here to the kitchen, get the lights on it here. It's late at night, so I didn't put too much thought into this. This is more of sort of a bit of a fun thing. But anyway, yeah, this is it. It's actually a massive car. Let's see, move it around. Put these doors down. Really huge. It's heavy. I mean, it is heavy. There's a lot of parts in it. The colour is quite unusual. At the start, before I bought it, I was kind of put off by the colour. But at the same time, it really grew on me because that's kind of the signature of the Lamborghini range. And even they like to have bold colours. And this is the epitome of the brand, so in that context it worked very well. The wheels are fantastic, lovely tyres, and the golden alloy rims, exactly like the real thing. The overall design is just like the real car too. It's amazing how the Technic design team actually come up with how to design this car to make a Lego set look smooth with all the right curves and everything. It's just incredible. It has several working functions as well. Of course, my favourite are the doors. They have the, bit like Back to the Future car, the DeLorean. You press this down, the door goes up, press that down, the other door goes up. So you have the two wing doors like that, and they stay up, which is really cool. You have bucket seats inside. There's actually a working gear stick with forwards, backwards and neutral on it. And even a paddle shifter, and we say the steering wheel, and the paddle shifter actually changes the gears on the car, which is pretty amazing. The front of the car has the boot, as you would expect in a modern sports car, and inside is your carry bag, just like the real cars. I'll film some B-roll shots in between all this to show you what it actually looks like up close. This is the back of the car, which is absolutely fantastic. The rudder moves up and down too. The steering wheel works as a 4-wheel independent suspension on it, and it's got differentials underneath it in the front and back wheels as well. And you can lift the cover off here and see part of the engine on the inside. It actually has 6 or else 8 working pistons in the engine. As well as the car moves, the pistons move, and you can change the gears, and it actually affects the ratio of the gears working. The back was incredibly well designed. I'm going to show these close up in a while. The detail is actually phenomenal on the back of here, the 2 exhausts and the complex. This was actually quite challenging to build. The front has the classic characteristic lights designed of the real car. These kind of 3 bars here represent that area pretty well. Those were actually incredibly clever design by Lego. You wouldn't think about looking at that. It was really complex. I actually had to rebuild some of the areas maybe 3 times because I built them wrong, even though I was following the instructions. If you've 1 lapse of concentration at all building these, you will make a mistake, and you'll end up finding out later on, and you have to backtrack and take apart everything and restart again. So it's important not to get too tired. I learned that lesson, but it's worth it sticking with the patience to get the completed build. It absolutely is a beautiful car. Really I love it actually. I'm not going to be selling this one. I'm going to be keeping it in the house as an ornament or in my office when I get it done up. And let's see, well, you can't see the thickness of it underneath here. That's the working gears here. These all change as the wheels rotate. Differentials on all 4 wheels. See the working gears here all the way back to here. The paddle shifter changes all of those, including the gear stick. So I'm going to do some close-up shortly and show you what it actually looks like, but would I recommend this car for any Lamborghini fans out there or any Lego Technic fans? Absolutely. It's extremely expensive. When it was released in July 2020 it was £300 or £350, something like that, brand new. But I got it on discount before Christmas in November, before Christmas, for £250 in Ballymena in I can't remember the name of the shop now, but you know what the name is, the main Lego Technic dealer in Ballymena. And I waited till Christmas before I could start building it, and I absolutely love it. I think it's a fantastic model. It looks great set out. Everybody looks at it and you get the wow factor from it. It's extremely challenging to build, yet great fun. It's not repetitive in the slightest to build. Every part of it's been designed in such a way to make it very interesting and engaging and educational experience. And the assembly of the car follows the same assembly procedure and sequence as the real Lamborghinis built in the factory. In fact, if you go on YouTube and check out the Lego Technic Sian on the official Lego Technic YouTube page, you will see various videos with the Lego Technic team talking with the Lamborghini designers about this model and about the real car, what they went through to the high standards to try to get it look like the real thing, you know, so it's very interesting. But I'm going to take some B-roll now. Brilliant car, absolutely love it, highly recommend it. The steering wheel actually moves the wheels. You have your bucket seats in here, and away in the back in here is your actual working gear stick. Backwards, neutral, forwards, and that does change the gear ratio. The doors. There's my bag is caught up in there. Right. This is the actual engine part. I'm not on an autofocus camera here, so I have to manually focus every time. But you can see in here, piston engine, the pistons actually work, but they're underneath that kind of head. There's nice tiles on it with nice patterns, Lamborghini on. You get the crossbars, get these interesting looking pipes, exhaust system coming up. And you actually see part of the suspension. There's 2 springs for each wheel, the independent suspension system. Yeah, they really did a great job on the back end of this. It's fantastic, mean as can be. This is the underside of the car. I'm going close to show you the gear system. Pretty amazing. There's actually 2 layers of gears here. This is the first section, but there's another section above that which interacts with it. From back here right through to this. And that was going to all be controlled with the gear stick and the paddle shifter, which does work. The paddle shifter to the steering wheel actually switches these across to get all the different gears. More in here. It's part of the drive. The actual paddle shifter is really hard to show you. It's actually in here, inside the steering wheel. I really need a torch. But that there, you move that back and forth, and you get another one on the other side. And between the 2, you can switch between the gears. Back and forth. This is really hard to show you here. I'll lift this round. So that's the steering, moving it as you control the wheels. And one of the paddle shifters is here. Can you see it? This exposure, the video camera won't expose any brighter than that. There's one on each side of the steering wheel. That actually shifts the gears down below. Maybe those need to be moving to do it better. Right there. It's really, really cool looking. You can tell I enjoy doing that. These doors up. Amazing design here. Really fantastic. Those headlight detail. This was actually very complex to build. Took quite a bit of time. And this is the actual Lego Technic box. It's quite big. Here's the back of it. 4,000. Oh, sorry, it's set 42115 and there's 3,696 pieces. Even the box is beautiful, and the inside of it's designed to look like the back of the Lamborghini with the engine cover. So there's everything from the box down to the car itself is just fantastic. There's no expense spared. It really is a wonderful product. I have to commend Lego Technic for their latest models. They really are superb. You know, it really is worth every penny of the money. And even the instruction, actually has 2 instruction manuals. I'll show them to you now. Do you see the quality of 2 instruction manuals? Is it there? And we even have a bit about the history as well. This is I really should show you this up closer. Hold on. This is actually the second book. You see, I'm not even at the end of it yet, and there's 1,018 pages. Complete a car 1084, or sorry, page 1084 on the second manual. And the first manual has 499 pages, and it starts off with very nice touches on the real cars. And all about the history of the old Lamborghinis, the company itself, which is really cool. And then this is the Lego team actually meeting the Lamborghini company designer as well. You can watch all that on YouTube. So they went to a lot of effort. So two massive instruction manuals. That's how much design there is to build this thing. So would I recommend it? 100%, absolutely top class. Sorry if this to followers my YouTube channel is not the kind of thing you normally watch, but I thought I would mention it because it's something I particularly enjoy, and I know there's a lot of people out here who love Lego Technic. So one last look at the car. So thanks very much for watching, and catch you in the next one.